Hey Amos, this is Coach Kata talking, and this is your freestyle video. So there's two things we're going to look at. First is above water, and then below water. Alright, so first thing I can say, good job, nice tight streamline. See if you can keep your hands together as you pull out. Another thing, I'll just go back and show you. If you can get a little bit underwater, then those kicks will be underwater and you won't be pushing air as much. But good job. Alright, so the first thing I'm seeing is that your stroke is a little bit bouncy, and I think I know why, and I'll take a look at that underwater, and we'll see if that's the case. I'm just going to play that one more time so we can see. Alright. Now, when I look at the above water camera, there's two things I'm looking for. First is head position, and second is arm entry. So your head looks relatively still here. Meaning that it's looking down and your shoulders rotate around it rather than your head flipping back and forth. So that's great. When you take a breath, if we go back and look at this breath, you can see that your head is out, and it looks like maybe both of your goggles are out as opposed to just one of your goggles, meaning like one of your eyes. So see if you can practice breathing with one of your goggle eyes in and one out, and that just means that less of your head is going to pop out and there'll be more smoothness to your stroke. As far as your arm entry, it looks pretty good. Let's see what we see underwater. Here's your underwater video. Alright, there's your good streamline. See if you can stay underwater nice and long. Keep those hands nice and tight. Alright, and here's your stroke. Alright, and I'm going to back you up a little bit because I saw something. Ooh, backwards. Okay. First thing I see is that your eyes are looking forward. Okay. So if you could just use to getting your eyes looking down and following the black line on the bottom of the pool, what's going to happen is that means that your head's going to be down and that's going to pop your hips up a little bit more. Right now you're swimming maybe a little bit uphill as a result of your head being up. So see if you can point your eyes down and keep your neck nice and long rather than arched up looking in front of you. All right. And let's look at your strokes. It's a little bit of bounce to your stroke, and I think it's going to be because of the way that you take your stroke. Let's see. It's a little bit tough because you're kind of close to the camera. Okay. So, here's your strokes. Now, when I'm going to look at you right here, okay, your other hand's out of the water, that's fine, but what happens right here is this arm is actually beginning a pull, and you can see that it's very, very straight. And then you bend your elbow about here. If, when you enter your arm, so we'll look at your other arm, okay, and you can see it's very, very straight. If you can actually bend your elbow and keep it up and your hand down, you're going to eliminate that bounce to your stroke. What's actually happening is because you're keeping your hand straight underwater and then bending late, you're initially pushing down on the water, which is pushing your hips up, and that's what's causing that bounce in your stroke that we saw in the above water camera. So, what I'd like you to do is out front, rather than having your hand straight, see if you can bring your elbow high, and I know you can't see your hand here, but you have to imagine it would be down here. I'm going to just show you what this looks like if we look at Michael Phelps. Okay, so you can see his arm is not straight here. This is the one that's about to pull. He has his elbow high and his hand low, and that creates this big pocket of water that he's going to push down to his feet, and that's going to propel him directly forward. Unfortunately, because your hand is a little straight, what happens is you actually push down, and that causes that bounce. You can see yourself bouncing up and down. You have a good rotation and a nice strong kick, so keep that up. And there's a lot of great ways here that you can easily fix your stroke, so that's really great, and we'll work on it this afternoon when we start to do the drill work and you get to see this video. So look forward to working with you and seeing your other strokes in the week to come. Good job.